Have you ever wondered what it would actually be like to live in the Warhammer 40K universe? Not as a space marine, not as a Primarch, just you, a regular human dropped into the 41st millennium. Today we are rating your survival chances on every type of planet in the Imperium. Let's find out where you would want to be born and where you absolutely would not. Pleasure worlds. Starting strong with the best the Imperium has to offer. Paradise worlds are exactly what they sound like. Beautiful landscapes, perfect weather, crystal clear waters. These planets are reserved for imperial nobility and wealthy elites. Think of them as vacation planets for people who could buy entire star systems. Biggest threat here? Political assassination. The nobles who visit these worlds did not get wealthy by being nice. Poison in your wine, a knife in your back, a sudden accident during your morning swim. The danger is not the planet itself. The danger is the people on it. If you can avoid getting tangled up in noble politics, you might actually live a full life here. Survival rating? 75%. Hive world. Necromunda. Picture a city. Now make it the size of a continent. Now stack it 100 levels deep. Now fill it with billions of people crammed into spaces designed for millions. That is a hive world. Necromunda is the most famous example. These towering nightmare spires reach kilometers into the sky. The further up you live, the better your existence. Up in the spire, nobles breathe filtered air and eat real food. Down in the underhive, gangs fight over corpse starch and recycled water. Most residents never see natural sunlight in their entire lives. The underhive is essentially lawless. The only economy is violence. You join a gang or you die, sometimes both. If you are born in the Spire, life is pretty good, but if you are born anywhere else, good luck. Survival rating? 40%. Cadia. The most famous fortress world in the galaxy, positioned at the only stable exit from the Eye of Terror. Cadia faced constant attack from Chaos forces for 10,000 years. Cadian children could shoot before they could walk. 70% of the population served in the military. Even civilians were trained for combat. The planet's proximity to the Eye of Terror gave its people distinctive purple eyes from generations of warp exposure. The Cadians held their ground against 13 Black Crusades. They only fell when Abaddon the Despoiler crashed an entire space fortress into the planet and cracked it in half. The Cadians had a saying, "The planet broke before the guard did." If you were born on Cadia, your survival depended on one thing. Could you fight? If yes, you had decent odds. If no, you became cannon fodder anyway. Survival rating? 50%. Armageddon. This planet is named after the end of the world. It earned that name. Armageddon has survived 3 major wars. The first war brought a demon Primarch and an invasion of chaos. The second and third wars brought the largest orc invasions in Imperial history, led by war boss Ghazghkull Mag Uruk Thraka. The planet is now a permanent war zone. Orc forces still infest the equatorial jungles. After the Great Rift opened, Chaos forces invaded too. Demons poured through reality. Orcs, humans, and demons now fight a 3-way war across ash wastes and ruined hive cities. If you are born on Armageddon, you will fight. There is no civilian life. There is no peace. There is only war. Survival rating? 25%. Krieg. Krieg was once a prosperous hive world. Then it rebelled against the Imperium. After that, Colonel Jurton, a loyalist commander, made a decision that defined the planet forever. He launched atomic weapons against his own world. For days, Krieg burned in nuclear fire. The ecosystem collapsed. Nuclear winter descended. The survivors retreated underground into bunkers and radioactive wastelands. The Civil War continued for 500 more years, fought entirely in trenches, poison gas, and constant artillery bombardment. Today, Krieg exists for one purpose: producing soldiers. 50 million troops per year, raised from birth to seek death in the Emperor's name. They wear gas masks constantly because the surface air is still toxic. Their training includes live combat on the nuclear battlefields where their ancestors fought. The Death Corps do not believe in medals. They do not believe in individual glory. They believe they must die to atone for their ancestors' rebellion. Every soldier is given a number instead of a name, making their deaths easier to tally. If you are born on Krieg, you will fight, you will die, but most importantly, you will consider it a privilege. Survival rating? A mere 15%. Fenris. Home of the Space Wolves, Fenris is a death world of fire and ice in constant violent transformation. The planet's orbit takes 3 to 4 Terran years. During summer, volcanoes erupt across the surface. Lava flows consume entire land masses. The seas boil with massive tidal waves. During winter, temperatures drop so far that everything freezes solid. The planet looks like a snowball from orbit. Between the extreme temperatures, nomadic barbarian tribes wage constant war for survival. And then there is the wildlife. Fenrisian wolves grow larger than horses. Sea monsters called krakens drag longships into the depths. Studies suggest Fenrisian predators might be more dangerous than anything on Catacan. Only the strongest survive on Fenris. For a normal human, this planet offers constant lethal natural disasters interrupted by attacks from creatures that consider you a light snack. Survival rating? 10%. You're definitely not making it. Catacan. The most famous death world in the galaxy. Catacan is a planet where literally everything wants to kill you. Every plant is poisonous. The Catacan Devil is a massive insectoid predator that can tear through armored vehicles. The brain leaf attaches to your skull and takes control of your body. The Catacan Mantrap closes around you and dissolves you alive over several days. Even the air is dangerous. Pollen from certain plants destroys air filters. Toxic spores drift on the wind, poisoning anyone who breathes them. When colonists first crashed on Catacan, they had no way to escape. They survived in their spacecraft against a besieging jungle, slowly learning enough about their new home to venture outside without dying immediately. On Catacan, children learn to shoot before they learn to walk. Average life expectancy at birth is under 10 years. The jungle kills the weak. The jungle kills the careless. Sometimes the jungle kills the strong and careful too, just because it can. If you somehow survive to adulthood on Catacan, you are one of the most dangerous humans in the galaxy. Most people do not survive to adulthood on Catacan. Survival rating? 8%. Holy Terra. You might be thinking, wait, Earth, the birthplace of humanity? How is this down here? Because Holy Terra in the 41st millennium is a nightmare wearing the corpse of a civilization. Terra is a hive world covering the entire planet. Hundreds of billions live in towering spires and endless urban sprawl. The atmosphere is toxic pollution. The oceans dried up millennia ago. Every trace of the original Earth is buried under kilometers of construction accumulated over 40,000 years. The lower levels contain billions living in crushing poverty, hoping their children might be accepted into the Adeptus Terra as the lowest servants. The upper levels contain the most ruthless, ambitious, and dangerous people in the Imperium, engaged in constant political warfare. Without daily shipments from thousands of vessels, the planet would starve within weeks. The population depends entirely on outside support to survive. Terra is the seat of the Emperor. Terra is also a horrific monument to what happens when civilization builds on top of itself for 40 millennia without ever cleaning up. Survival rating? 5%. So there you have it. These are some of the most dangerous planets in the Warhammer 40K universe. From paradise worlds where the only threat is a noble poisoning your drink, to hellscapes where reality itself wants you dead. The question is, which planet are you surviving? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for part 2.